and Dragons 5th edition in the Plains, Eberron, in the Eberron campaign setting, using 2024 rules. Give me a second here to check sure my signal is up and running. Using 2020. Cool. Looks like the answer is a yes. Check sure my signal. Let me drop that volume down here. That looks pretty good. All right, we should be good on volume here. And let me get all my things posted here. We're going to get to work for about an hour and a half this morning, creating artwork for the adventure. My name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games. I illustrate them. I publish them online. And I've been DMing since 1987. I've been a freelance illustrator since 1999. I've been an Eberron enthusiast since 2004, and I've been creating content on the DMsGuild for D&D since 2018. But I've yet to do anything to represent Eberron, and I've yet to create my own adventure that I've published online. So Crystals in my bar is resolving both of those issues. Yeah, so we're one more second here. This is all done. There, cool. So if you think today is cool, hold on real second. First off, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications when we're live in the future. But holy Hannah, new subscribers again. I really appreciate folks' interest in the stuff that we're doing here. I hope today is fun for you. I have no idea what we're going to be talking about, but we're just going to do some artwork for the book. Now, here's the entire playlist of all 463 episodes. Here's my Discord community where we do playtesting. Here's a bunch of other books that I've created on DMsGuild already. Check these things out. They all have free previews. If you think the stuff that I produce adds value to your game, consider making a purchase to encourage similar behavior in the future. And yeah, made this book cover around episode 40. You'll see this on the DMsGuild. It'll be about that size when it comes out on the plate. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got a lot of artwork to do. So let's get back into it. Could I have a rougher intro? God, that intro was rough. that was a really shit intro. So this guy's coming along pretty nicely. I'm fairly happy with the work so far. Let's give him some kneecaps to respect. I'm gonna just layer those in here. Get the spirit out of the way. Just so it's not encroaching. Dim kneecaps. What's up with that? You know what? Actually, I don't like those kneecaps. Let's make them a bit bigger. Like, what are these? What are these discs? That's utter tripe. Let's make actual shin plates here. I'll curve that out and make it fit together here. Just going to cover over the whole affair. I'll fix this shit up. There we go. It's a little bit better. Let's curve that out a touch. I found a speck. A speck right there. Tell me about you. Identify yourself. Are you a part of S'mores? Yes, you are. Resolved. Hey, Vox, how you doing, my guy? Armor here. There we go. I don't know what kind of a space I'm in today. I feel like I feel like today is one of those days where I'm putting in the work, you know? Like, I don't think there's anything that's particularly, you know, I guess for lack of a better word, sparking joy for me today. Some days you just show up to work and get the job done, you know? This is feeling like one of those. Let's get that curved out there like that. I'm curious what the team is going to do with their 6th level in the playtest campaign. I'm genuinely interested. Well, of course, I'm genuinely interested. It's a dumb thing to say, but yeah, I am very much looking forward to seeing what kind of choices players make, bring to the table. This should be the toppest most layer. There we go. Yeah, sometimes doing the illustrating, it's more about logging the hours in inspiration, because I have like a complete lack of inspiration today. This is just this. I pray I don't have to make any serious decision making in today's session, because just rendering detail, I think is about where all I'm at right now. It's not like I'm particularly exhausted or anything. It's just. I'm so far down the. I'll say this occasionally, but today is definitely the case. I am so far down the tunnel that I can't see light at the other end in either direction. I'm just feeling my way through this project to get to the completion point, and this is a known space where I'm so committed to the project that these things are. When you design, write, play test, page layout, and illustrate a project, regardless of what that project is in book production, that is a shitload of hats to wear, and I wear them one at a time. And I go through the process from beginning to end. And then when I get a book published, I start that process over again. And each one of them gets to this point where I have put so much work and effort into them. It becomes what's the right way to put it? Fucking exhausting. it is exhausting to work on these projects. And if honestly, if I didn't have YouTube to yammer and complain to you guys about where I'm at in my process, I don't know if I would. Let's just say the first few books that I created on my own before I started streaming, I had fits of depression, and it was probably just fatigue and burnout on getting the project done. I think me streaming has allowed me to be able to disperse the emotional payload that these things carry, and I can definitely push farther. I can definitely push further, better, and more consistently with holding myself accountable to showing up, which is why one of the reasons why I started streaming in the first place is so that I wouldn't have to completely carry the burden of doing these things alone. I could at least have people to yammer at about stuff and distract me from the depth of despair of getting these things done. They really are just fatiguing as fuck. Let's take, there's text. What's up? The grind. Yes, this is the grinding part of the grind, the actual grind part. 100%, my man. 100%. It's the end product. It's the final conclusion. I can see it, you know? I know what it's going to end up looking like. I know it's going to be, I mean, I don't know exactly what it's going to look like. I have a pretty good idea that I'm going to be very happy with this when I'm finished with it. It's just the amount of labor pain that it takes to birth this thing is just, it's intense. It is intense. So yeah, that is exactly where I am at today. And that's okay. It can't always be. It's not always going to be, you know, rainbows and lollipops. There we go. Here's our highlights here. That is also something about art that just does not get conveyed across like 120 times sped up video production while I'm yammering at you about whatever art details I want my video to be about. And not to disparage, you know, YouTube artists that do time-lapse videos talking about specific subjects. That is a very valid style of video. But if you're a budding artist and your eye can't tell the difference in effort between normal speed and 120 times speed, the 120 times speed just gets done really quickly while they're talking about whatever talking point. But I think the impression that gets walked away is, look how easy it is to produce art. And when you get into it and you start grinding and the grind starts grinding you, it's like, oh, why am I ever going to finish this? That is the threat. And that risk, that suffering is something that you cannot convey. You can't warn artists about that. It's just something that they're going to run into that wall, and they're either going to start climbing it or they're going to bounce off of it. And it doesn't matter how long it takes for them to resolve their inner demons, but until they start climbing the wall, they're stuck on the other side of it. And you have to be okay with just how just exhausting and fatiguing the art can be for you to be able to build that endurance, to be able to finish that climb, as it were. I mean, you could always stop and rest, but the longer it takes for you to recuperate, the longer it takes for you to be able to move forward, make progress, improve your skills, improve your sense of success in the endeavor. Because again, you have to have those dopamine kicks come in and the only way you get dopamine kicks in art is through victories, is having a problem that you have to sit there and whinge on until you're able to find a solution that you like. So you're racing burnout, imposter syndrome while you're trying to actively find a solution to why doesn't this look right. You know, that's a fucking task. I like how you shaped that buckle. That was satisfying. Thank you. Exactly. Small little dopamine kicks. Being able to find a small, like being able to break the task down into all of these super small tasks, so that as you achieve each little piece, you want to praise yourself. You want to acknowledge that you're making progress in your piece. Otherwise, you will get lost in that forest. You will not see the trees. It's all about the trees. Bob Ross was right. I don't know if I necessarily like how these highlights are working. But that's how it is for now anyway. I think the highlights make sense for the angle and perspective that we're at. So I can let that sit. I do need to drop back down into here, get back to my kneecaps. I'm feeling less and less happy about this armor piece here. I think I'm going to paint over the whole thing. I hate the sixth segment. Just, it's unsatisfying to me as a design. I fall into it occasionally because I'm basically just modeling the anatomy underneath the metal, but it's a parody of it, and I don't think it's aesthetically pleasing. So I'm gonna have to switch that up here. I'm gonna resolve these kneecaps, and then I'm gonna go back up and I'm gonna switch out that armor. It's that armor plate. It's that armor breast that's really pissing me off about this piece right now. Everything else I'm pretty happy with. It's just, bleh. It doesn't look good. Everything else I'm pretty happy with. It's just... Oh, that's interesting. I wasn't at 100% on my pen. Yeah, that's looking better already. I see the text. Hold on. There we go. What's up? Davey 300. With all your sexy Spartan ab armor. Damn straight. Misshaped a whole generation. Timely Timer, keeping track of time with me. Thank you, Timely Timer. Let's do a separate layer to highlight. That'll do, pig. Good. All right. I like the leg armor. I like the greaves. Those look good. I like the leg armor. I like the greaves. Where are you coming from here, buddy? thump, thump, thump. All right, let's rebuild. Greaves is good. Hold on. Bump, dump, dump, dump. And okay. Let's try to figure out where I wanted to start in on this. Leg day. Legs. Leg day. A second here. I have to break these layers apart because I didn't, a lot of times I'll do legs separate from torso, but in this particular instance, for some reason, I decided not to. Okay, cool. So that is legs, ungroup, chest, head, cape, interior, legs, chest. All right. Okay. Okay. I'm going to grab this here. I like those pauldrons. It's the segmenting. It's I keep doing this pec torso pectoral abdomen separation, and I don't think that's the way I should be doing this. So I'm going to instead curve this. I'm just gonna do a paint over. So we're gonna curve in here like that. I'm gonna curve in here like this. This is gonna get erased, and we're just. I think the shoulder pads are, the pauldrons are gonna be just fine. But I want to I just want to reshape this to make it look, you know, good. I don't think it looks good right now. It seems slapdashery and not well thought through. shape the bits. Like this. This seems curved in a little bit too much. Let's do like that. There. How about a real turtle shell? Here you go, buddy. Turtle. Curves up around up like that. Yeah, it's gonna end up being a lot better. So now I can calm this down like a hell of a lot. And we can take this here. I can break this here. There's text. I see it. Catch up with you in a second. There's text. I see it. Catch up with you in a second. Saw. Hey, what's up, Fernando? Hey, what's up, Fernando? Okay, so I'm happier with that general frame there. I need to make this work, so we're gonna push this triangles up here like that. And then this like this. Let's just fill that in so it's more protective than decorative. Fill that in here like that to make that stand out. Oh yeah, this is gonna work out. I can feel that change already. I'm probably gonna end up expanding the size of these pauldrons to cover this gap. Yeah, this is already looking way the fuck better than where I was at. Yeah, this is already looking way the fuck better than where I was at. I'm gonna boldly say like 9 times out of 10, functional armor just looks better than decorative armor. Like trying to make armor look good, like make it look cool, doesn't really end up making armor look cool. Having a good, strong design for your armor and then just naturally decorating it once you have its structure done, that makes cool armor. And I forget that rule like all the time. I try to make something out of the armor instead of just making good armor, you know? push that up in there. It's half. I guess it seems it's not quite full plate, is it? I guess it's more of a half plate. It's close though. But half plate does have gaps, so I don't have to worry about, you know, minding them too much. I can leave those gaps in place there. I think I'm gonna add another layer here just so I don't fuck up. You add that element in here like that. Make that look good. Putting them on a separate layer lets me push things, push this up into these little creases here. Like that. That's looking so much better. That feels pretty good. I need to be careful about underlighting here because the light is coming from underneath. So while I'm typically using darkness here to help define shapes, I'm also going to be painting over it to define the light source. So I just need to be a little mindful of my line work. I'm going to do it anyway. It's how I do. It's still a crease, so there'll be, as long as I have the light on the upper part of the line, it'll actually look like a curved surface. Like if you have two curved surfaces like this that come together and the light's coming from underneath, this top ridge here is going to be dark while the edge of the top rim here is going to be lit. So having a dark space in between these two and then having a highlight at the top edge of that is proper angling. So this style of line work here that we're going over with is appropriate for its angle. Where's this coming in from? Oh, I bet it's here. Yep, I was right. A little tag here. Get in the way of what's right. There we go. There we go. Good. Again, we push this space into its curve. That was kind of a word salad that I just spit out there. But the end result is good. Yeah, let's put in our line work here underneath it. Resolve the structure. Perfect. Perfect. Very, very good. Yeah, this is working out. Let's add another separate layer so I can, again, just block these in separately so I don't have to worry about mucking up the line work around it. Obviously, I'm just going to bind all these layers together later on into a single form. This is interesting. This would be the appropriate shape here. Like that. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, 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 blend. Curve up. Better. Not perfect, but better. Let's curve this out a little bit more here, and then overlay to match that curve here. There's a little bit of like a 15-degree angle. The torso to the light, or rather torso to the camera, that needs to be met. There we go. It's better. Isn't quite where I want to be at yet. I really want to curve that in a little bit. Nope, don't like that. Let's take this all the way in. All the way in like that. Ah. Thank you, Tony Timer. I need to pull that elbow away from the frame. That matters. That actually does matter. And I think overall I need to bring these down a snig. That feels a lot more relaxed already. Just the arms are just feeling too bound up. Perfect. I see text. Give me a second. I'll catch up with you. What's up? Hey, Steve, how you doing? We're working the grind. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Okay, so we have that in place. That's in place. That's good. I want to expand this, I think, a little. Like that. And it's going to cause this draping to change a little. Not here like that. A little bit more here. I'm aware there's a little bit of a monochrome going on with this guy, but I think I'm okay with it. Let's see. I want to be down inside. That's good. That's good. That's good. This is where I want to be. Actually here and here. There, and let's go to let's grab this and pull a little bit further away from the body. It's feeling better. Too far, I think. There. That's pretty good. Let's see. This space. I'm messing around inside this space here. Let's grab here and pull that along here. And now I want to go down to this cape here. Trim that up a touch. There we go. And then back into the armor here. There we go. So what I need to do is work the shadow in here. There we go. That chest piece looks much better than the pattern. Yeah. Yeah, it's very basic. Thank you, Fox. Yeah, the pattern is very, very simple. Very basic. Thank you, Fox. Yeah, the pattern is very, very simple. But simplicity, like we were just saying, simplicity makes it stronger. Simplicity grounds it in reality. Grounding it in reality lets the fantasy of the situation arise. Simplicity grounds it in reality. Grounding it in reality lets the fantasy of the situation arise. That is why it is important to be able to do real life materials and environment and scenery in your fantasy worlds so that you are grounding your illustration in, again, a reality that people understand already, that they don't have to think about. Just checking my own shit. Guy has a lot of fucking layers. I feel like there's something. I think that's just an illusion of. Like if I scoot this over, it's still got some weird shit going on. It's still got some weird shit. Oh, that must be vestigial armor stuff. Yep. Called it. Let's just merge that group down. Fuck it. Clean up. There. Very simple. Very simple. Good. Chest. Legs. Tabard. Chest. Cape. Highlight. And then spear. We're going to end up, like with that spear here, we're going to end up cutting a shadow mark across the guy's body to help further add depth and curvature to like the armor and stuff like that. But I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about spear details until we finish up this guy. But this guy's coming along really nicely. So I don't believe I'm going to get it done tonight. But I can feel this time this guy is drawn near. Pardon the pun. Yeah, and we can hit the rim lighting, and that'll help light lock this shape down. I am very happy. How are we doing on time? It's oh god, it's only 7:17. Holy shit. So that means I've still got 40 minutes left today, so we can make some progress. We can get some fucking work done. This is a good time for me to take a coffee break and chase it with some liquid. And by liquid I mean water. Victories. We're pulling victories here, folks. I'm having a day. Let's leave those in place. Actually, I think I'm going to mess around with... yeah, we can drop the shadow there. We got the highlights that we're having in this topmost layer. I can leave the cape alone for a few minutes. Yeah, let's work on these. We can conceal this spear for now, unnecessary. Let's just make sure our shape for this is correct. Boo. Proper shape needs the proper trouble. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that goes there. That's there. We'll figure out the curve here. That feels good. That feels pretty good. Something like that. God, it's April 30th and my heater just turned on because it's too fucking cold. It's 45 degrees here in Seattle right now. God bless it. Awesome power of cold in Seattle. It's literally a force of nature. Awesome power of cold in Seattle. It's literally a force of nature. Ooh, we got some sheen going on over there. I like this sheen. It feels really metallic and really, really good. Whoops. I'm going to fill this in as a glove to be further defined. God, that is such a satisfying highlight on this piece. That is such a satisfying highlight on this piece. Wow, that looks way the fuck better than this. You, sir, have failed. I banish you to paint over. Like Odin and Ragnarok, let us paint over the sins of our past. Odin and Ragnarok, let us paint over the sins of our past. Let's go dark. Nope. Get those wrists capped off. Again, I want to. Need that curve underneath there for structure. Is that the issue? I see something. Hold on. Oh, fuck. This is about to get complicated. All right. The layering here is a little intense, but... I need this little shred here, this little angle that we're adding in here. Obviously, I'll have to reflect it over there. There's a gap here that needs to be filled, and I was having a foreshortening issue that there seemed to be too much gap between where this arm is at. There, that feels a lot more natural. Because I was trying to parse out, like, how am I supposed to... I knew there was a gap there that was too big. How am I supposed to resolve that gap? The issue was I didn't have enough armor. That the gap was too big. So I had to resolve that. Now I can curve this like this into here. And curve this. There we go. This like this. Sorry, I'm throwing a lot of pronouns. I'm focusing. I'm actually having to pay attention. This is an example of where I don't turn off my brain and I actually have to grind through in real time, like where pixel placement is and stuff, because I'm trying to craft what is the armor supposed, like what's the structure of the armor. Once I have the structure in place and I'm confident, I can turn my brain off again and just let the filigree get built. Once I have the structure in place and I'm confident, I can turn my brain off again. There, and then I can curve this up here like that. Believe me, I look forward to turning my brain off as soon as possible. All the secrets of the universe hide inside of my brain when it's turned off. Or, you know, the secrets of the universe are revealed when I turn off my brain. That's what I'm trying to say. I think that's true for pretty much anybody. There it is. Now we're getting it in. Now we're getting in. That feels really good. That feels really good. It's broad. Yeah, it fills the space. That is better. That is decidedly better. Can I push you down to here? No. Ooh, that's not bad. No, that's bad. Let's put that back to where it's supposed to be. Arm. Bit. Tabard. Okay, that's all good. That's good. That's good. We can put this all... Now this has to go off screen here. Off screen, I mean curve around the piece like this. This is all going to end up being bound into the same layer in the end anyway, but... I got some really sharp shadow sticking through here. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So let's go over here. Let's grab some of this. Highlights. This. So we're going to put in these highlights here, and then we're going to put another layer underneath it to help get the luster, the metallic luster across with counter shadowing. So let's first get these angles right for where the actual highlight is at, so we can better sculpt the counter shadow. I don't know if that's what the actual word is supposed to be, counter shadow. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. The way that there's a deeper shadow immediately behind the highlight of a lustrous surface. You'll see it here in a second. So much better. All right, so we have that there. That looks pretty good. I'm going to take this here. And so I'm dropping in this deep shadow underneath and directly behind, quote unquote, behind the highlight. This is a real easy way to give that to get that luster, that shine, that metallic shine. Super cheap, easy trick. Get your highlights down, and then underneath the highlights, do the lustrous counter, the counter shadow that helps make the luster pop in the curved surface. Like that. The squirrels are back. They're thank you, Timely Timer. Got another 20 minutes left. There's a population of squirrels in the trees outside my porch, and I've been bribing them with food to hang around on my porch more so I can watch them, because they're fucking adorable. I love squirrels. They're so cute. They love unsalted peeled peanuts. They'll eat peanuts in a shell. They're fine with the fiber. But I think they like the simplicity of just the crushed nuts, unsalted, unroasted, just plain, generic, as God made them, peanuts. No frills, no nothing fancy about them. No honey roasting, nothing weird like that. And squirrels fucking love peanuts. My goal with the my greedy personal goal with the squirrels is to hopefully in a few springs there'll be enough memory built up in them that that they start presenting their babies to me. Here's our children. Please feed them as well. This is a thing that happens. One of my friends has been feeding her squirrels for years, and that is what they do. They say, these are our babies. Please care for them as well. You become the otherworldly patron of squirrels in that sense. And I know that's selfish of me because I'll probably someday leave this place and be somewhere else, and then the squirrels will be like, what the fuck happened to our peanuts? They'll adapt. There's dumpsters everywhere. They'll be fine. But while I'm here with them, I would sincerely love to build that. Bam, that looks a hella better than it did. Very much happier now. So let's get this in here. Built in here. Build that luster across here. See how that just makes everything just fucking pop. Just makes it pop. See how that just makes everything just pop. Just makes it pop. Love that luster. It's such a fun process. It's so simple. When you do it right, it just looks so good. It's so simple. When you do it right, it just looks so good. Nice. Thanks, Fox. Maybe it's not amazing, but it doesn't have to be. That looks pretty good too. Maybe it's not amazing. All right, so what we got left? We got some arms, we got some hands, we got some boots. All right, so what we got left? We got some arms, we got. What the fuck is going on with you, Scraggly Joe? Hold on. Is that a guard issue or is that a? There's some s'mores madness going on over here. What is up with you? And there's a lot of instances of shit in this piece. Don't get me wrong. I think the overall composition is pretty good. I think these guys need to be a little bit smaller. Back them away from the fire just a smidge. That still feels pretty good. And I'm going to get s'mores. We're going to pull s'mores away just a smidge. Giving them a little distance from the fire helps give the guard on duty a little distance as well. That feels pretty good. Yeah, I like that. Where are we at? 7:45? I don't have a lot of time. Don't have a lot of time left. I don't imagine me getting this done tonight. Let's see. Maybe I shouldn't be painting directly into that layer. Maybe I should have a separate layer here. That makes more sense. There we go. Who am I kidding? I could get this done. I could get this done. Who am I kidding? I could get this done. Huh, okay. Let's go back down to chest. Huh, okay. Like that. And then good. That. There we go. It's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. I think I need to punch up the shadow behind the cape a little bit more. Catch some highlight here on the inner tuft. Fix the face. Fix your face. Hands, boots, and then it'll be done. I might actually be able to knock that out tomorrow night. I need to make some time. I'm only 3 sections ahead of the playtest team in the Mega Dungeon. So I need to spend some quality time, probably tomorrow night, if I can, tonight and tomorrow night, to build out some of the lower levels of the dungeon, so that by the time the team gets to them, they're thoroughly built. I'm finding a conflict between the time building the Mega Dungeon levels and working on this at night, and that is, it's not a bad problem. It just means I have a lot going on, and I'm trying to find a way to balance the different projects together. And the Mega Dungeon is a second tier. This is my top tier priority because I got other people that are waiting on me to finish this that deserve to get paid, and so that is weighing heavy on my heart. At the same time, I want to make sure that I'm able to punch these things out. I want to make sure I keep the Mega Dungeon flowing, so I'm struggling to find a balance right now in my workload. I can't work on the Mega Dungeon during stream because I'm making dungeons that my team that watches my stream is going to be crawling through. So I can't do that. So in the evening, I have design work. In the mornings, I do artwork here, and then off screen is at this point when I do more artwork for Eberron, just to keep it moving forward and keep a good momentum. But I'm finding that I need to invest a little bit more time to make sure that the Mega Dungeon is properly steeped. It's had enough time to steep, so that it runs well. I build a layer of dungeon, and then I let it sit, and then I come back to it over and over again and look at, like, is this the logical place that this would be? What would denizens do with this area if this were present? And go through that process of just breathing life into the dungeon. And I'm getting to a point where I'm getting towards the bottom of the dungeon. It's only going to 10th level, and so you only need about 20 zones in total, probably 15. I'm still figuring out the pacing there, but I'm thinking somewhere between 15 and 20 zones to finish the dungeon. And the team's currently digging into zone 7. So we're about halfway down, which makes sense because we've gone 3rd, 4th, 5th, and now we're 6th level, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. So it's an 8-level dungeon, and we've gone through 6 zones to gain 4 levels. So I want to make sure I'm properly pacing the amount of treasure per zone to be able to keep maintaining a decent clip. So far, it's working out really well, and I'm enjoying the process. Mega dungeons are cool, and I haven't ran a proper mega dungeon in quite some time, so this has been a ton of fun. That's something I'm thinking about. Like I need to invest some off-screen time in pushing out another couple zones so I can stay ahead of the team for the next month or 2. So I'd like to finish this character tonight, so that when I show up tomorrow, I've got more progress, so we can just keep punching through this stuff. But I feel like tonight and tomorrow off screen, I'm going to be working on Mega Dungeon. Tonight, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday morning. That should be plenty of time for me to be able to buff out a couple layers ahead of the team. I've got plans. I've got plans. That does look pretty good. I am pretty happy with that. At some point, I'm gonna have to start building out the Mage Tower arena, and maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe once I finish the all the class conversions for we finished Wizard yesterday during lunch stream. Tomorrow night we're going to work on Druid and Cleric and Bard, see how far we can get through, and hopefully finish up, if not Friday, then Monday night. But once I have all of those locked down, I think the next thing that I can work on for playtesting that I can actually do on screen is help lock down the Mage Tower rules and build the arena. So we'll probably do that Thursday next week. I suspect that's where we're going to be at. I have no idea if Mage Tower matches is going to end up being a fun PvP or PvE sort of thing. But I am hopeful. It would be kind of cool to get 6 players to have a 3v3 match. I think I want to run it first 3 versus 5. 3 versus me. I don't know how we're gonna figure that out. Hopefully, I would rather have 6 players and have 3v3 matches that I could actually just referee than to reduce the amount of people that are playing down to 3 and close it off so it's PvE. I would rather see the PvP. I think that'd be a lot more fun. But I would also then have to make sure I've got 6 people showing up. And it's like exactly 6 people. And it's like, that's the I'm not liking the logistics there. So I might have to, like, if we have 5 people, I might have to fill in as a ringer, you know, to have an NPC, like a sidekick to buff out the team. I'm not sure exactly how the best way to go is. I claim Eberron on my team. I see what you're doing there. I like Eberron. He's a great addition to the team. I like Eberron. He's a great addition. So far, he's a really great bloke. I need to smooth that. That's too wrinkly. The wrinkles don't make sense. It's a billowing cape, not a wrinkled cape. So I gotta smooth all of that shit out. There we go. And there we go. So it's like oh shit, 7:57. Yep, time for me to bounce. So we'll probably just finish this tomorrow. I anticipate working on Mega Dungeon tonight. So this is going to sit where it's at for the evening. When we come back, we'll fix the hands, the boots, the face, and then tents. We need to work on the tents. And then we need foreground foliage so that these guys are grounded more into a forest environment. A little bit more background. So tomorrow's Thursday, then Friday. It's possible. It's possible we'll have this finished on Friday. If not, we'll be working on something else on Monday for sure. So we'll continue with this tomorrow, Friday, and then. This is not a Curse of Strahd weekend, so I've got extra hours on my Saturday that I can spend. We'll have this done, and then we'll start on whatever else it is that we start in on Monday next week. It'll be different. Satisfying. All right, that's it for now, guys. I'm out of here. If you thought today was fun, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. I'm here 9 times per week. We'll be back tomorrow morning to continue our work. We'll be back tomorrow night to continue with the color mana spell point conversion for the full casters. Friday we'll be back doing more artwork. Friday lunchtime we'll continue with converting spellcasters, and then we'll be doing playtesting on Saturday, and Sunday's my day of rest. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Y'all have a good time. Laters.